Welcome back to another episode of The Talk. This your host, I'm Uncle Anthony.
What's up with this, your boy KC?
It's your boy JG, you know what I'm saying?
Fellas, let's talk about it. Allegations in the media at this time is that LeBron is maybe considering retire. Some posts said he was thinking about it. Some posts said he don't know. Do y'all think that he gonna get on out of there now, or you think he gonna just stay in a little while longer?
I think he gonna stay a little bit longer, try to accomplish a couple more things, try to compete for a ring, get to the finals, make it to the Western Finals again, that sort. So I give him a couple of years
I don't know, cause
and
it's
be
like,
out.
I feel like they just like, what I'm saying? He was in his feelings a little bit last night, you know what I'm saying? And it just, what I'm saying? It kind of, if he say stuff like that, it kind of take away from the situation at hand. You know what I'm saying? And JJ Redick been catching a lot of heat. And, that was his choice of coach. So I guess he trying to protect his coach, take some of the attention off him. So I feel like dropping a bomb like that, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it kind of, taking off the real situation that happened. But I don't feel like he'll cheat himself out of a chance to get a farewell tour. Like, the fans deserve to, like, give him his flowers his last year. You know what I'm saying? Like all the other great people did.
So you feel like it was just
No,
feel
I
like
just
maybe
feel
it
like,
just was a deploy
I feel like
to
LeBron's
take some
smart.
of the
So
heat
if
off.
you going to ask me that question every time I lose or something like that, I'm going, I'm going to make the headlines. Like, he business minded. So it's like, okay, I know I can make the, you know what I'm saying? I know I can be the topic. Then you ask me something like that, of course, anything I say in that situation, you know what I'm saying, going to make a headline. So let me do that. Like, I feel like dude asked the question, so he played the game. He ain't going nowhere, though.
Facts. Okay. Yeah, because Anthony Edwards, man, been making posters, man, about shutting him down, getting him retired. He even said that he was going to retire him and then wait 10 years to come, stay in the game 10 years long enough to retire his sons. Do you think Anthony Edwards got the
Uh,
capability of doing that?
the Suns, maybe. The Suns,
Nah,
maybe.
nah, he don't.
I don't know, man.
But
He played
this what
LeBron
people
pretty
gotta.
good
This what
as
like.
far as
This
what I
how I'm
seen
thinking
when I was
about it
watching.
though. Anthony Elk was not there yet, and I feel like by the time LeBron gets like by the time he gets to that level, LeBron will be out the league. They got to think about it. They just played Team USA in the summer. LeBron was arguably the best player on the team. If Ant was that dude, he would have showed up in that in that moment and took over. Like, nigga, this is my league. But he didn't do that though. You know what I'm saying? KD, LeBron, and Steph led. So that just show you where it's like, as far as in the NBA team wise, the younger teams, like they younger, but for individual and like killer mentalities and you know what I'm saying, like LeBron, Steph, and KD, they still, what I'm saying, they a little more killer than all the rest of them. Now, if you saying Nikola Jokic, then we got different conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I heard Jordan made a post. I think that was hilarious. I was looking for it, but I couldn't find it or whatever. So it's pretty much word of mouth or whatever. But I heard he made a post. So let's switch over, man. Let's switch over to the young man that had to pay.
Yeah, the
What
Falcons.
was it? The
I forgot
Falcons
what he do for them, but I know you had to pay $350K. Yeah,
for that prank
Shedeur
call.
Sanders.
Ooh, bro,
So
that's a big
like,
hit. 350
right. Especially in
for
their
a prank
position,
call.
because they ain't making the
Yeah.
NFL player money. Like, that probably hurt them bad. You know what I'm saying? I ain't counting his pocket, but I'm pretty sure, like, that's a big hit for him. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, bro, tell me what you think about. I know we didn't get a chance to put a show out, put a podcast out about the draft. So let's revisit that for a second, bro. What do you think about? Do you think that he should have? Do you think Sanders should have been picked in the first draft?
I ain't gonna say in the first draft, you know what I'm saying? It could have been second round. It probably ain't, it ain't have to be first round, but I felt like he should have been at least top three, top five, or what?
Yeah,
Top three, top four QB coming off that list. They're coming out of college. He's most definitely about top three, top four. You know what I'm saying? You know, a couple of them quarterbacks that came out before him, I felt like he was better than. You know what I'm saying? I know he didn't play the team that they thought he should play to show it, like the Alabama, the Georgia, the Auburn, the big time schools like that. You know, but they still a power five. You know what I'm saying? He still did his thing. He still put up yards. He still put up touchdowns. He still put up wins. It ain't like he went 0 from 12 or 0 for 13 in the season.
yeah. I feel
I
like
think
that
they had
was
a
the
winning record.
NFL
Yeah,
way of trying to humble like
You know,
them, like his whole family. Cause his brother didn't get drafted until after the draft. He was like a restricted free agent type of situation. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, and I
yeah.
feel like the NBA should kind of take heed because I feel like it want a shot at the NBA, but it's like LeBron, you can get your son in, but we ain't going for that over here in our league. We ain't none of that going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like,
and it could have been a way to get that deal. I'm gonna get through you. I'm gonna get you through your son. We couldn't get you when you was in the league, flashy, prime time. Can't nobody tell you nothing. Young, black, in the hip hop world. With the jury and the drip, as the young folks say, he dripped out. They couldn't get to him then. So let me see, can we get to you through your son? You know what I'm saying? And let me let your son know your daddy don't run shit either. He's saying what team you is and what team you ain't gonna play for. We gonna show you and your daddy who running. You know what I'm saying? And it's fucked up that he had to go through some shit like that, but it's definitely an eye opener. Because ain't no way, man, he should have got done like that.
I think it's because of that too. When I first was watching and paying attention to the draft, I think it was because of that. I think a lot of coaches and teams probably felt like they didn't want the headache of dealing with him due to the fact that he'd been in the league, but then also due to the fact that he was saying like he wasn't going to allow him to go to certain teams he wasn't going to let him play for. And I feel like it wasn't his decision. I feel like he's supposed to step back and side back and supported his son in whatever decision he decided to make in that era. I don't think it was his decision to say, hey,
then I
you're
feel
gonna
like
go
another
here, you're gonna
thing
go there.
is with that is like I feel like the NFL kind of salted because it's like when teams was offering Dion coaching jobs, he was like he gonna stick with the college, you know what I'm saying? And it's like there's ratings, you know what I'm saying, could have went up, money could have went up, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you gonna do what we want you to do then, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna make it hard on your son. And I got a question though. So like, do y'all feel like because they said another reason won't nobody pick him up because the way his interview. So do you feel like this younger era have done got to the point where it's hard to market them because like like the John Morant stuff and what I'm saying, even Ant-Man to some degree, the NBA they just like what I'm saying, they like that. But do you feel like far as like interviews, do you feel like it should affect what they got going on the field or and it's like is they following like is they getting too what I'm saying, making it too much like rappers than actually getting on there and being the professional like sports player. Like how you feel about the young players in their interviews and their mannerisms and stuff that they got going on.
I feel like it is, it's kind of hard to control these young players because not only they coming to the league and getting these contracts, but they coming to the league already paid now.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So it's really hard to tell them something to get them to act professional and to get away from their old way they used to act or their old situation because they was already making big money before they got in the NFL and still acting the same way or carrying out doing the same thing. So it's kind of hard to get these young guys in check. Well, I ain't gonna say in check, but in line to act professional, to talk to the media, and what I'm saying the way they supposed to, and you know, and don't let where you come from just come out. What I'm saying? Know when to bring it out, and know when to act like you've been somewhere. You know, it's a time and place for things. It's a time to act like a fool, and it's a time to act professional.
I totally agree, but gotta play devil advocate just for a bit. Uh, could it be that the NFL is trying to push the old way of view of how players should do things, or want them to take on the old rituals or how they did things back in the day? Because a lot of the owners and coaches is they are of age, and so they're not of this generation, and so they don't do things according to this generation. Now, bro, I understand and totally get what you're saying, right? It's a way to do things, it's a way to speak, it's a way to do all that. But do you feel that the players may feel like the NFL is trying to take them out of
No, it's
who
like,
they believe that they are, and trying to force them over into a different,
man, honestly though,
older setting?
honestly in
But
this
you know,
era, bro, you really gotta.
go ahead. I
I
got
ain't gonna
you.
say like, cause a lot of stuff they do is kind of unacceptable. Like some of the celebrations, and like a lot of stuff, some stuff unacceptable. But like to make it, the NFL gonna have to just catch up and catch on. Like this social media era is different. Like it's trending though. Like what I'm saying? It's like a lot of stuff going on. Like they gotta catch up because they rates can go up and they can, what I'm saying, benefit from like embrace. I ain't saying like be, what I'm saying, like doing off the wall stuff or promoting the other side. But I'm saying like, what I'm saying, like certain stuff they're gonna have to. What I'm saying, like. I ain't promoting the painting the nails and all that. I don't fuck with that neither. But I'm saying like, far as just the social media part of it and how they dress and they wear jewelry, like this shit they gonna have to accept. Like this the world we live in right now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a fashion world. You know, everybody wanna dress and have that trend and whatever. But I don't think they trying to change these guys. You know what I'm saying? Who they are. I feel like the guys getting it mixed up. You know, you can always be yourself and represent who you are and where you come from. But at the end of the day, it's just like a 9 to 5 at a job. You ain't gonna carry out it on regular 9 to 5 like you would in the streets or on the corner, on
Well,
the street corner. You know
not
what
to
I'm
cut you off.
saying?
Some people do. Some people take the whole street life, thuggish, hood style, right into the warehouse and be on a forklift, throwing up gang signs and everything else. So some people do. I get where you're coming from. It's a place and a time, but it's not the place. And especially when you making that amount of money, it's it's a certain decorum that you have to have in them settings. And I kind of think that might be what it is, but I kind of think that they maybe need to adjust it just a little, like KC said, adjust it just a little bit, not change, but adjust it because you don't want them coming in and feeling like Deion Sanders back in his day in 2025. Things are not the same. Like this era is not
But
the same as it was back then. I'm not saying get in the room
it ain't.
to go berserk. But I am saying give them a little bit of room to express themselves in this generation, this era.
I get it. But at the same time, I'm paying you millions of dollars. You need to act like you got a little bit of class. You know what I'm saying? You need to act like you got a mama and a daddy that raised you right. 'Cause I'm quite sure if they see you acting like this, if they was around, you wouldn't be carrying out like this. Or they would have something to say about you doing this or doing that. So act like you got a little bit of class. Act like your parents looking over there from across the room sometimes. You ain't always gotta act like that, but sometimes you do. When the camera's watching and everybody got
Yeah,
their
so
phone out, act like you got class. You know what
get
I'm saying?
paid
We
for
paying
real.
you millions. A lot of people don't get that
Yeah,
opportunity.
so I got a question though.
They getting paid real money. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so
And
I'm gonna go back to the NBA for a minute, but like what Jameer saying, like what JG, what he's saying is like I don't understand this. So everything that he was just saying you need to be, and I let Jason Tatum is everything that he just said, and the NBA will not embrace him to be the face. They will not embrace dude. Why do y'all feel like they won't
with
embrace
that
him?
too. It's just like the John Morant, the Ant Man, they had their opportunity, but they'll never be the face because of how they carry themselves. Y'all role models. All these kids want to be like y'all. But y'all running, throwing pistols up. These kids don't think
Right.
that shit cool. Or Ant-Man with an interview talking hood or saying nigga, you know what I'm saying, in the interview. You know, that ain't the way they want nobody to carry themselves, especially the face. Somebody that's the face of their business. No, we don't need nobody like that.
So why
Tatum,
y'all feel like the NBA?
he perfect. He know how to carry himself. He know how to talk with them cameras and phones
So
on.
why
He
won't
just
they
know how to
embrace
carry
him though?
himself in
Then
What see,
class.
like
bro?
he everything they want, but they will not embrace him as the face.
What see? What see, bro? To KC point, right? And JG just proved KC why they won't embrace it. Everything that he just named about them players is controversial, and so it draws attention to the league, right? So bad publicity tends to bring on more attention than good publicity. That's crazy. It's a crazy fact. But bad publicity tends to bring on more publicity than good intentions. Than good intentions. And that's why they want to break Tatum. That's why they won't
Right,
make him the face of the league. And which they should, right? Because it will promote more of a standard for the kids and for the ones that's coming up in the league, the next generation behind him. But they don't want that. They don't feel like they sell tickets. They feel like if you get this out of pocket guy, he gonna sell tickets. We can promote this. We can push this because why? Everybody tends to run towards the violence before they run towards good. Everybody pay attention to what goes on. You got a guy out there in the street selling, just giving away ice cream, and then you got a guy out there in the street that's robbing kids for their money. Believe it or not, the kids gonna go to the ones that's robbing them for their money. It's controversial. It, get the fight in the neighborhood instead of you minding your business. You all out the window trying to see what's going on. Controversial. If somebody out there they
yeah,
just having a grand old conversation, you really ain't paying attention to it. Matter of fact, you ain't even gonna hear it. You only hear the
Yeah, and
controversy
it's
because
crazy.
everybody's screaming loud
It's
about it.
crazy.
So that's
And
why
it's crazy
Casey,
too
that's
though,
why
cause
they're
I
not
heard
promoting Tatum.
I be watching like interviews for rappers, and they be like, when I make pain music and something positive, the label be like, don't drop that. But if I go talking about killing 60 niggas in the song, then they push that. That's what they want me to release. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's crazy that the world don't really came to that, because it's like they said, the label nigga, like, if I rap about change and you know what I'm saying, that's be a good example for the kids, it's like the label, I ain't fucking with it. But if I talk about shoot a nigga in their head, then it's like, man, drop that, that's the one, and it be global. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Controversy. Controversy. It sells, man. It sells. Another thing that sells along with
Yeah.
controversy is sex. Sex sells. And so they make money off of it. So they're not gonna push nothing good. What they gonna get out of it? Listen, out of all the good LeBron done did, the majority of the number one thing you hear about them talking about LeBron is that he flopped. Controversy. Ticket sales, man. Ticket sales.
yeah.
It's a way to push. It's a way to push it. It's a way to get the finance of it. Like if I start talking about the LGBTQCGD plus, that's controversy. Our channel might take completely off. We might go viral just off that alone because of the controversy of it. Or you start talking about black women, controversy of it. And so the controversy is selling. And so the NBA and the NFL would rather push the
I
controversy
feel like the
than
NFL,
push
see,
the
they
good
so far
messages.
behind the needle because they actually not pushing it though. Like, they actually want a clean cut league. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like,
So so saying that,
yeah.
let me run this idea by you, right? Do you feel like the reason why Sanders wasn't chose in the first or the second or the third draft and was all the way down in the bottom part of the draft, could it be that the reason they did it like that was so that people could continue to watch the draft? Because after the players that you watch, that you want to get drafted, after
No,
they
I
get
really feel
drafted,
like
everybody
they
pretty much
did
turned
that
the mug on.
because the NBA playoffs going on, and it took the spotlight off the NBA.
Yeah. Took some of the attention off them so they can get some TV ratings and everything. But I think people was gonna watch the draft anyway. You know what I'm saying? People watch it every year. You know, it might not be, it might not would have been as big as last year, but I felt like it was bigger than last year because everybody wants to know where certain people win, and you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of people that was good that came out this year. It really wasn't just no scrubs that came out, you know. So I feel like they would have watched it anyway, but they really were pushing for the ratings because the
So can I
NBA
pitch some of
ratings.
y'all right quick though? Cause I got kind of like an
Well,
observation about it. You know what I'm saying? And it could be wrong, but I feel like could they be trying to make him the next big thing? And that's meaning like we gonna let you fall all the way in the draft. You already got the fame, and you know what I'm saying. Your daddy rich, your daddy him. Let's knock you off. Let's start a big story. You had this great comeback story. You know what I'm saying? Where you gonna be, you know what I'm saying, top 10 all time quarterback, and you have this underdog thing.
another another
Yeah,
situation, another Tom Brady
Yeah, the
situation.
chip on
yeah,
the
because
shoulder
story
ring.
sell though.
Win three in a
Another
row.
another Tom Brady
You know what
situation.
I'm saying? You
Remember, same thing happened with Tom Brady. Tom Brady they thought we was going to go in the first draft, and the first draft pick didn't do it. But all of a sudden, here you come, this great NFL player. So KC, I think that could be the
you heard,
potential of what they're trying to do.
you know what?
But, yeah,
It could be, but I'm gonna say it like this. What'd you say? You
yeah.
said Tom Brady. That's your door. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Not saying it like that, but I'm gonna say it like that. The color of his skin, they is not gonna let no black nigga have a
What
story
we
like that.
got? What,
A
what
black
you got to
dude
think
can't
about?
have no
It's been a lot of controversy in the
they,
NFL.
Nah,
they,
I ain't saying like three
they
people. I'm
wouldn't let
saying like
No,
based
three
off who
that's
his
people.
what I'm saying.
dad is, and yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They could come and take over and be the GOAT type. But if Mahomes couldn't do it,
Well,
I don't feel like ain't nobody
well,
finna
I
do it. Not
wasn't
no
speaking
black
on
person.
being becoming the GOAT. What I was speaking on is how Tom Brady was drafted way down in the bottom part of the draft and then was able to come in and make a big impact.
Right.
I'm not saying I'm not alluding that he gonna come in and be the GOAT like Tom Brady, but I'm alluding is that type of story is controversy, and they could be using that to pull in revenue because a lot of people uh stop watching the NFL, and so the ratings drop, and so
Yeah,
you got to find a way to get them back. And a good underdog
because you could
story
argue he
always
was the
pull
most
people back
famous
in.
person in the draft other than Travis Hunter. Like he was the
Yeah,
biggest name. You know, like
Yep.
you know.
yeah. It was. And Cam Ward, you know, other than them three, yeah, well, other than them two, he was one of the most famous. But I, they ain't gonna let him do that. I wish they would, you know, that would be cool. You know what I'm saying? He'll be up there with his daddy as one of the top dogs in Hall of Fame type shit when he do retire or whatever. But the NFL, man, they like to break people, man. They ain't gonna do that. They the only reason why your boy got a chance to do it because he a Milano baby. He got a
Hey, so
Yeah.
little swirl in
go ahead.
Listen,
him.
so listen, well, Casey, go ahead because I
I
got
was
a
about
different
to,
topic
since
before
we
we
on the
jump off
subject
here.
of football, I was about to ask, what do y'all think Travis Hunter ceiling is? Do he got a chance to be the greatest cornerback ever? Is he gonna be able to play both sides of the ball for a long time? Like, what y'all think he gonna do? Like, this one, you know what I'm saying? Period to see. Mm.
I don't know because they drafted him as a corner. So I don't know. Maybe they might put him in at receiver some plays and here and there. I can see them doing that. But you know, I think he could be one of the greatest corners if he works hard or whatever. You know, because he is good. You know, on both sides of the ball. But I just don't know if they're gonna let him play both sides full time.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That means he'll never get a chance to get a rest like that.
Well, JG, I got to go with you, man. I don't think I think he can be a very dynamic player and a weapon with practice and motivation to it. But I think this right here was just an entryway. If he don't succeed with this team, the door is already opening for him to be drafted to another team after the contract end with this team. So if I was him, I go in, and give it my all. So if it don't work for this team, I'm very able to move to another one. And to get in the position, maybe if he want to be a receiver, maybe he want to be a receiver better than he want to be the corner. But it's better to be both. It's better to learn both because you become versatile. So I think he got
Yeah.
his ceiling is pretty high, right? But it all depends on his work ethic and what he decides to do with it. Other than that, it's gonna be too high.
Now, I got a little twist here, you know, and not to get back to the LeBron situation, by dude being drafted to Cleveland, you know what I'm saying? Cleveland got a little hype around the city and everything. And you got the Buckeyes, one of the top teams in Ohio.
Nah,
Do y'all think LeBron might go back to Cleveland
nah.
and they give away a couple of their pieces and he play with Mitch and them? Because if he
I
play
just
with
don't
that
see
squad
him
right
going
now,
back.
he can get a ring.
Now, if I feel like if he
He
was
can get
like
a
a
ring.
free agent where they ain't had to give him nothing up, you know what I'm saying, to give him, because like, see, the thing about it is, think about it though. So, say for instance,
Yeah,
like they
that's
make it to the finals, or they make it to the finals, or they get to the, you know, what I'm saying, Eastern Conference Finals. They take Boston to 7. They have a good run. It's like if I go there and they trade some of their pieces, and we don't go as far as they made it, then I'm to blame. Then that might hurt my legs. You know what I'm saying? I just don't feel like he want to leave LA. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he don't.
yeah, but they ain't they.
Yo, I
I,
don't
I
think he
think I
leaving
think
LA.
he's gonna retire from LA. Um, I don't think he's leaving LA either. I think he's gonna retire from LA. Um, I think he's gonna retire from LA. I think he might try to hang around too, so that he can play with his younger son. But I still think he's gonna retire from LA. I don't think he's
Yeah,
gonna
cause history shows it though.
go nowhere else.
Man,
I
don't
don't
know
see it.
stars leave LA unless they get traded. Don't nobody leave the Lakers, man. Like once you a Laker, you a Laker. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he a Laker. Yeah,
Listen,
he a Laker.
So you think he'll like him for life? Now,
His
he might
last
go
year, I feel
home though.
like,
He
but
might go home.
I think if he got 2 more years, he might
You
go
know
back
what
to
I'm saying?
Cleveland for his last year.
When does he got one
I
more
think he
year?
wanted.
I
I
think
think
he's probably gonna stay.
I think he gonna run with Luca. I think he
Yeah,
want to run with Luca and get a big and try to see, you know what I'm saying, what they can do for real. You know what I'm saying? But I do got a suggestion
yeah.
though. Yeah.
I
And I do
feel you.
got
I
a
feel you.
suggestion. So Luca, if
I
you
just
listening,
want to
man,
throw it out there.
please go get your ass in that gym with LeBron this summer, man. Don't go to Slovenia, don't drink and smoking hookah and shit, man. Get your ass in the gym with Brian, man, cause like, man, you a bucket, bro, but the defense, man, and your durability, like the man was tired. How the fuck you more tired than LeBron and the nigga 40? Like, man,
Yeah,
like Luka.
Hey man,
hey,
he didn't work out with
hey,
that
listen.
Davis Mills on.
That's why Maverick said. That's what
Yeah,
what
but
what the
still, though, that
allegations
ain't
on
no.
why the
You don't
Mavericks got
trade no
rid of him.
Luka, man. You don't trade no shit like that, bro.
I'm just saying. I'm just
Nah,
saying.
you
That's what the allegation was about.
hey, I don't understand how lazy is. This nigga is.
And he
That
just
nigga
took you
get
to
it.
the
That nigga
final. He just
smoking
took you
up a
to the
triple
final.
double. Ain't no way you give away a nigga like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the allegations was
Man,
he was fat. I mean, he put on a little weight, got a little lazy. His work ethic wasn't the same.
But you know the thing,
he
but,
still throwing.
but with Luka though,
Still
I
for
throwing.
all
know,
I ask
but
though, is for him to get to where he can, because he don't even got to be a great defender. We just need timeless stops. Like, we just need timeless stops, like down the stretch.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody set a pick for you to be guard they player, like we
yeah,
just need you to be able to one stop. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I feel like in this series, if he was able to get 1 or 2 stops on it was, you know what I'm saying, just slow him down a little bit, like we would have had a better chance. Like, but it's like whoever he guard, it's an easy whatever. They get what they want. Like just last night alone, you know what I'm saying, the fourth quarter, they said he got
yeah.
blowed by 9 times in one 12-minute quarter.
Yeah, he kind of lazy on
Yeah,
defense,
and if
but he
Jokic
is
that
lazy.
big and he can slide a little bit, man, you can slide a little bit, man.
Well, before we jump up off here, go ahead, like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell, so when we post new videos, new episodes, you'll be able to get it first. Um, I'm gonna post our TikTok and our Instagrams. It will be in the description down below. Go on over and like and follow over there. We put content out over there too, and especially on TikTok. Um, Fellas, before we go, who you
Boston.
think winning the playoffs?
I got OKC. I got OKC coming out now
Seven
I
though.
got
doors,
I
baby.
gotta
On the outside.
I gotta agree. I think Boston gonna take it all. I
Okay.
can't wait for them to take it all. I'm a Boston fan. Uh, I'm biased with that decision too.
I'm gonna say it
So
like this:
the team, any other team, you would not
them
come
young
before Boston
folks,
before me. But
But
them young
but
OKC,
but
I give them that they hoop.
I gotta add
They
this
don't hoop
though.
and keep this shit up.
If Denver
They
keep
hoop.
hooping like they hoop right now, Denver, that's gonna be the hardest team for Boston to beat out the West.
Yeah,
if I believe we
they
can take
might.
them out this year.
Now I don't doubt that Boston can beat them. It's just like if you
Yeah,
allow
I think
Jokic
we can take them out. I think
if you allow
I
Jokic to control the tempo, you in trouble.
yeah.
feel like okay can beat us.
What Boston?
Yeah, I'd rather play Denver than OKC to be honest. And I might be wrong, but the way them young
But
dudes
see,
hooping, them dudes
Yeah,
see,
scared,
I
man.
I was
say,
watching.
Them dudes hit okay.
but
I think you might got a
I
point there,
say,
brother.
I want to play OKC than Denver because OKC play y'all game, so it won't put y'all out y'all comfort zone. Jokic gonna slow that bit down. See y'all OKC
Yeah,
y'all
he
play
is.
similar, so they won't.
He is. But we can play it both sides. We can run and we can play half court basketball all around. That's the good thing about us. But them young dudes, them
But you
dudes
know
balling,
OKC
man.
problem
Like I
though,
said, I
and
gotta give it up
why
to them. You know,
you don't want to know another
I
reason.
give it.
I'd rather play OKC than Denver though, because OKC gonna run into the same problem that Boston ran into against Golden State in experience in the final. Denver got experience. Denver got experience.
Say it's gonna be too big for. You I say that, but I still rather play them because who's to say them young folks get there and
And
act like they been
Jokic
there?
don't, but
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Jokic gonna act like
I
he
just
been there
want you
though.
to take that risk.
they could be there trying
Jokic
to
gonna
prove a
act like he
point.
been there too.
Been
Him
there.
and Murray gonna show up. So,
You said
I said they'll be there. They'll
they ain't
show
got
up.
the
yeah,
They
team.
can't
it
take
ain't
us
about
off,
the
but they'll be there
team
trying
though.
to prove a
It's
point.
the only reason I say experience because like you know Jokic's second option gonna come to play. You gotta wonder shit is Chet gonna play good? Is Jalen Williams see and see the thing about it? Okay, see haven't been battle tested this year yet. Memphis won all the way right. Ja got hurt before he could make the series interesting. Cause Memphis looked like they were about to start. See,
Not in no series. Not in no series. They ain't been battle tested. But as
no,
far as
see,
the
but this
regular season,
but this
they've
what I
been
like
tested.
though. This what I like though.
You know what I'm saying? But like
They
you said,
they
not
they
in the
just waiting on the
playoffs.
winner out the
They ain't been
Clippers and the
tested.
Nuggets. Then we'll see who really, you know what I'm saying. We'll get to see. We'll get to see.
We're
But I
gonna
think
see.
whoever win this series coming out the West, you can't
Well,
sleep
listen,
on Steph, of course. But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. I don't feel like you know what I'm saying.
I agree with that.
Yeah, but
Whoever
you can't
won
sleep
that
on
series
Steph
coming
though. You
out
can't
there,
sleep
I
on
agree.
Steph though.
hey, well, listen. Hey, well, listen. We thank y'all for joining us on the talk. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Uncle Anthony.
What's
It's
up
your
with
boy
it? Your boy
JG.
All right, JC. Uh, hey, listen. Once again, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell.
KC.
You know what I'm saying?
Who
Hey,
played
boy.
tonight?